Okay, very good morning, children. Yesterday we completed first chapter. So today we are going to start the second chapter. What is the second chapter? That is mineral nutrition. That is mineral nutrition. Mineral nutrition. But what is mineral nutrition? How the plants absorb the minerals, especially through the roots. Plants not only absorb the water, they also absorb minerals which are dissolved in the water. So minerals are also transported through the xylem from the soil, through the roots from the xylem, that is transported to remaining parts of the plant. So essential minerals, especially nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, these are the essential minerals. So these minerals are also compulsory for the growth and development of the plant. But in this lesson, completely we are going to discuss about essential mineral elements. But what are the macro nutrients? What are the micronutrients? Everything we are going to discuss in this second chapter, that is mineral nutrition. So before going to the second chapter here, they given one small important topic, that is methods to study the mineral requirements of plants. Methods to study the mineral requirements of plants. Methods to study 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 mineral requirements of plants. So, what are the methods we have to follow to study the mineral requirements of plants? But what are the essential requirements? What are the essential minerals required by the plants? So for that, first time the scientist, German botanist, in the year 1860, a German botanist named Julius von Sachs. German botanist named Julius von Sachs. He is a German botanist in the year 1860. A German botanist, Julius von Sachs, he demonstrated for the first time that plants that will grow in defined nutrient solution in the complete absence of soil. Julius von Sachs, he demonstrated plants that may grow by defined nutrient solution in the complete absence of soil. In the absence of soil, plants will grow in defined nutrient solution. In specific nutrient solution, plants will grow without adding any soil. With the absence of soil, plants will grow completely in defined nutrient solution. In defined nutrient solution. Okay. First time he demonstrated. Practically he proved. He did experiment. He demonstrated for the first time plants will grow in defined nutrient solution in the complete absence of soil, in the complete absence of soil. And instead of soil, plants are growing in nutrient solution. No need to add any soil. Generally, we have to sow the seeds in soil, then seed germinate and give new plant. That is one common method. But here in this method, first time he demonstrated plants grow completely in a defined nutrient solution, a specific nutrient solution in the absence of soil. Okay, so this method is called hydroponics. So this is called what? Hydroponics. So this is called hydroponics. This is called hydroponics. But what is hydroponics? The technique of growing hydroponics is one type of technique. Hydroponics. So the technique of growing plants in a specified nutrient solution, that is known as hydroponics. Okay, hydroponics is nothing but the technique of growing plants in a specified nutrient solution in the completely absence of soil. This technique is called hydroponics. So hydroponics is a technique growing of the plants in specific nutrient solution, completely absence of soil. So that is called hydroponics. So, but what this hydroponic method requires? This method requires only a purified water and mineral nutrient salts. A purified water need, for this we need only the purified water and we need some mineral nutrient salts. We need only, what we need? We need only purified water. We need only purified water and mineral nutrient salts and mineral nutrient salts. So these two only we need, purified water and mineral nutrient salts. So here, by this method, essential elements are identified and their deficiency symptoms were discovered. By this method, essential elements are identified. But what are the elements essential for the plant growth? That essential elements are identified and their deficiency symptoms were discovered. Suppose if any of the element is not there, means because of the absence of the element, we came to know what are the diseases, what are the symptoms may occur. So by this method, essential elements identified. Now what are the essential elements, what are the important elements for plant growth, that are identified. So we can identify what are the essential elements, and also we came to know their deficiency of symptoms. Suppose if any of the essential element is not there, because of the absence of the elements, what are the symptoms? We came to know about the symptoms also. So by this method, essential elements are identified and their deficiency symptoms are discovered. So especially this hydroponic technique is very useful for commercial production. This hydroponic technique is very useful for commercial production of vegetable plants, especially tomato. This hydroponic method is very useful for commercial production of vegetables, especially tomato and seedless cucumber. Tomato, seedless cucumber and lettuce. Lettuce is a leafy vegetable. Lettuce. So these are the vegetable crops commercially produced by using hydroponic technique. One is the tomato, second one is seedless cucumber, third one lettuce is one type of leafy vegetable. So these are the important crops, commercially important crops we are cultivated by using hydroponic technique. Okay. So and also here The nutrient solution must be aerated for optimum growth. Compulsory you must add air. The nutrient solution must be aerated for optimum growth. Then only the plant will grow properly. So nutrient solution must be aerated. You have to allow the air to the nutrient solution, then the plants will grow properly in the nutrient solution. So nutrient solution must adequately aerated for optimum growth. Especially these hydroponic plant production, plants are grown in tube-like structures which are placed on slightly inclined. In this hydroponic plant production, plants are grown in a tube which is placed slightly inclined. Okay, in that particular tube only we have to cultivate the plants. In hydroponic plant production, plants are grown in a tube which is placed slightly inclined, means slightly slope. In that tube which is arranged slightly sloped, in that tube only we are able to cultivate the plants. So here a pump that can circulate the nutrient solution from reservoir to the end of the tube. A pump is there. Okay, the pump which is kept in reservoir of the nutrient solution. So the pump transport the nutrient solution from the reservoir to the end of the tube. So the solution flows down to the tube and again return back to the reservoir due to the gravity. So the one pump should be there. The pump transport the nutrient solution from reservoir to at the end of the tube. So the nutrient solutions flows down to the tube and again return back into the reservoir because of the gravity. So especially in this tube, what are the plants we are cultivating in a special tube which is kept slightly inclined position. So through the pump the nutrient solution is transported and is reached each and every plant. Here the plant roots are submerged in nutrient solution. Especially in this method, the plant roots are submerged in nutrient solution. The roots are bathed with nutrient solution. Again, the nutrient solution is returned back into the reservoir because of the gravity. Okay, so this is the method of hydroponics technique, which is very essential. Because of this method, we came to know what are the essential elements and what are the deficiency symptoms of these elements. Everything we came to know with the help of this hydroponic technique. So further one diagram is there, Nani. Hydroponic technique diagram. Okay, diagram is there. Further one diagram is there. With the help of the diagram, we came to know clearly about the hydroponic technique. Okay, hydroponic technique diagram is there. Diagram is there. The help of the diagram. Diagram is there. Okay, so here children, here one funnel is there. First the plant's roots. Here the funnel is there. Funnel is a funnel for adding water and minerals. Funnel is there. Funnel for okay, Nani. Okay, this is the completely nutrient solution here. This is completely nutrient solution. Nutrient solution. This is completely nutrient solution. This is aerating tube here. This is aerating tube. Here this is funnel for adding water and nutrients. Funnel. This is funnel for adding water and nutrients. Funnel for adding water and nutrients. Here there should be no gaps. The gaps are filled with cotton. Here there should be no gap. The gaps are filled with cotton. Okay, the gaps are filled with cotton. So this is the plant. The roots are submerged completely nutrient solution. Inside completely nutrient solution is there. The roots are submerged completely in nutrient solution. Okay, Nani. So here there is no soil. Roots are submerged in nutrient solution. We have to allow proper supply of air in the nutrient solution for optimum growth of the plants. So this is the aerating tube. Through the aerating tube, we have to allow some air into the through the aerating tube. This is the funnel. Through the funnel, we have to add water and nutrients. Okay. So this is cotton plugs. So there should be no gaps. If the gap there means the water, air will enter. Other elements will enter. So just by controlling conditions only we are able to cultivate the plants. Just only by using nutrient solution only we are able to cultivate the plants in nutrient solution only. So this is the hydroponic technique. So the hydroponic plant production, the plants are, especially in this hydroponic plant production, plants are growing in tube-like structures. Especially in this hydroponic technique, plants are growing in tubes. What I said now? Plants are growing in tube-like structure. Plants are growing in tubes. Plants are growing in tubes. A pump is there. Okay, plants are growing in tubes, which is kept slightly sloped conditions. Here you can see. Here one pump is there, none. Here one pump is there. This pump transport the here the pump is there. The pump transport the nutrient solution. This is the reservoir. From the reservoir into the end of the tube. Reservoir to 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 the end of the tube. So the pump is there. The pump transport the nutrient solution. This pump transport the nutrient solution from the reservoir to the end of the tube. So the nutrients are absorbed by the each and every plant which is present in the tube. Here plants are there. Here plants are there. Here plants are there. Okay, here plants are there. So these plants utilize the nutrient solution. Then the nutrient solution again return back into the reservoir due to the gravity. Here due to the gravity, the nutrient solution again return back into the reservoir. So here especially these all plant roots are submerged in water, means nutrient solution. All plant roots are submerged in nutrient solution. So this is the reservoir. This is the reservoir which is contain nutrient solution. This is the pump. This is the tube. In that tube only we are able to cultivate the plants. So from the pump, nutrient solutions which are present in the reservoir. This is the reservoir. In this reservoir, nutrient solution is there. This is the reservoir. In this reservoir, nutrient solution is there. This is the pump. This is the pump. This pump transport the nutrient solution from the reservoir to the end of the tube. Okay. This pump transport the nutrient solution from the reservoir to the end of the tube. Okay. The solution again flows down into the solution again flows down into the reservoir due to the gravity. And one more thing here you can remember, all the roots are submerged in nutrient solution. So this is the technique of hydroponic method. By using this method, we should not use the soil. Without soil, we are able to cultivate the plants by using only nutrient solution. So this is about the hydroponic technique. So next small topic in this lesson, essential mineral elements. Essential mineral elements. But what are the essential mineral elements? Essential mineral elements. Essential mineral elements. Essential mineral elements. But what are the essential mineral elements? Okay. So here these elements are classified into based on required quantities. So how much amount they required. So these mineral elements are classified into based on their quantitative requirements. So based on their quantitative requirements, based on their quantitative requirements, these mineral elements are categorized into two types. Based on their quantitative requirements, how much amount they need. So based on their quantitative requirements, mineral elements are classified into two groups. First one macronutrients. First one, macronutrients. First one, macronutrients. Second one, micronutrients. Second one, micronutrients. Macronutrients and micronutrients. For macronutrients, which are present in the large quantities of the plant tissues. Macronutrients are present large quantities in plant tissues. They are especially, macronutrients are especially carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, sulfur. So these are the 9 macronutrients. These are the 9 macronutrients. These are the 9 macronutrients. So these are the 9 macronutrients. These are the 9 macronutrients. These are the 9 macronutrients. Okay. These macronutrients are present in large quantities in plant tissues. These require very larger amounts. So that are the 9 macronutrients are there. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, sulfur. Here in these 3, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen are called framework elements. Plants absorb these elements from carbon dioxide and water. These 3 are framework elements. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. These 3 are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. These 3 are framework elements. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. These 3 are framework elements. Okay, plants observe these 3 elements from carbon dioxide and water. These 3 elements are observed by the plants in the form of carbon dioxide and water. But what about the remaining elements? The remaining elements that are absorbed from the soil, these are mineral elements. These are mineral nutrients. The remaining are mineral nutrients which are absorbed by the soil. So these are the macronutrients. But what about micronutrients? Micronutrients require very small quantities. These are called trace elements. These are called trace. These are called trace elements. These are called trace elements which can require very small quantities. These are called trace elements. Especially these are 8 trace elements are there which require very small quantities. Okay, especially iron, manganese, copper, molybdenum, and zinc, boron, chlorine, nickel. Zinc, boron, chlorine, nickel. So these are the 8 micronutrients or trace elements which require very small quantities. Iron, manganese, copper, molybdenum, zinc, boron, chlorine and nickel. Okay. So these are the 8, total 17. Total essential elements, how many? Total 17 essential elements in these 9 macro, 8 micro. Total 9 plus 8, 17 essential elements are there in plants. Okay. 9 macronutrients, how many? 9. Micronutrients 8. So total 17 nutrients are there. So these are the essential mineral nutrients which are very useful for the plant growth and development. Especially these carbon, hydrogen, oxygen which are absorbed by the in the form of carbon dioxide and atmosphere, which are called framework elements. The remaining are absorbed from the soil, which are mineral nutrients. So this is the essential mineral elements. So today we discussed hydroponic technique and essential mineral elements. In tomorrow class we are going to discuss what is the role of macro and micro nutrients. Okay. So thank you children.